Top 10 Best Cameras for YouTube of 2021. The best YouTube cameras are an excellent way to start your own channel or improve an existing one. Having the right kit will make it so much easier to create content that looks the business and sounds great too. It won't automatically mean you gain a bunch of subscribers, unfortunately that's still down to you. But it will make it easier to produce content that's a cut above the average. There are lots of different choices when it comes to YouTube cameras, even down to the type of camera you go for. So in this video, we're going to tell you the top 10 best cameras for YouTube of 2021. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. A baffling camera for beginners, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro is a fantastic option for experienced video enthusiasts who want to take their YouTube content to the next level. Skipping many of the accessible features you'd expect from a consumer camera, the 6K Pro is instead dedicated to top-notch videography alone. That means no image stabilization, no tracking autofocuses, and seriously limited stills abilities. It also means you get a huge 5-inch tilting touchscreen, ideal for framing, built-in dual microphones, 2 mini XLR inputs, plus the option of adding an OLED viewfinder and battery grip. Because it's relatively compact, the 6K Pro is perfect for filming B-roll and off-the-cuff material for your next upload, while simple controls give it an unfussy focused feel. Number 9. Sigma FP. The Sigma FP may not be the obvious choice for YouTubing, but thanks to its modular makeup, it's an incredibly versatile camera and it really shines in the video department. Indeed, it also has a very special party trick. It can natively stream over USB, so if you want a camera for streaming but don't want to invest in an HDMI capture card, you're looking at it. The L mount offers a good selection of lenses, though some come with hefty price tags. Though the FP is very adapter-friendly and bolting on glass, especially vintage, from other brands feels like exactly what this camera is made for. And with 4K up to 30 frames per second and 1080p up to 120 frames per second, the Sigma FP should cover virtually all your video demands, though if you're a lone vlogger, it does have a couple of handicaps. Number 8. GoPro Hero 10 Black. With its pocketable proportions, rugged build, and creative shooting modes, the GoPro Hero 9 Black was an excellent camera for on-the-go content creators. The Hero 10 Black takes the same formula and makes it even better for YouTubers. A new GP2 processor powers a more polished shooting experience with a slicker touchscreen, interface, and menu system. The upgraded chip also boosts 5K frame rates to a smooth 60 frames per second, while 4K at 120 frames per second translates to buttery slow-mo B-roll. Stabilization is better as well, with built-in horizon leveling that's capable of keeping footage straight. Even if you're swaying to angles of 45 degrees, there's good news for streamers too. While live streaming straight to YouTube still requires you to have at least 1,000 subscribers, 1080p video can now be streamed with HyperSmooth 4.0 enabled, so your audience should enjoy a steadier viewing experience. Number 7. Fujifilm X-T4. Its sturdy shell might look retro, but the X-T4 is the opposite of old school. Fujifilm's most advanced APS-C camera, yet packs a catalog of features that make it excellent for capturing YouTube content. Solidly built and weather-resistant, the X-T4 is a lovely camera to handle, with a fully articulating touchscreen that proves a boon when framing shots. Across the board, video performance is superlative. Besides cinema 4K at up to 60 frames per second, the X-T4 supports 10-bit internal recording, HDMI output, up to 400 megabits per second bitrate, and F-Log and HLF profiles as standard. In simpler terms, it's a very versatile solution for filming footage for YouTube, especially when you add super slow motion into the mix, full HD at up to 240 frames per second. Number 6. Sony A6600. The Sony A6600 is the ultimate camera for anyone who wants to shoot video all day long with as little battery swapping or charging as possible. Its NP-FZ100 battery can record for in excess of 3 hours at a time. That's 3 times as long as the video capture time of the Canon EOS M6 Mark II above, and roughly 5 times as long as cinema cameras like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. It's also one of the first Sony A-series cameras to feature a fully articulating screen, and while microphone ports are commonplace now, the A6600 also has a headphone jack so you can monitor your audio. Number 5. Olympus EM5 Mark III. YouTubers rejoice. With its lightweight polycarbonate construction and impressive in-body image stabilization, the EM5 Mark III is one interchangeable lens camera that feels engineered for long, handheld recording sessions. It also touts some seriously impressive video specs, including the option of shooting cinema 4K at 24 frames per second and a bitrate of 237 megabits per second, plus the ability to capture slow-mo 1080p video at 120 frames per second. The 4/3 sensor isn't as large as those on many mirrorless rivals, but while the EM5 Mark III might not be the most impressive camera in its class when it comes to outright image quality, Its video footage boasts great color rendition and rich detail. A very angled touchscreen, meanwhile, makes self-shooting a cinch. Number 4. DJI Pocket 2. The DJI Pocket 2 replaces the DJI Osmo Pocket, one of favorite mini cameras, and is a best-in-class tool when it comes to combining stable video and pocketable size. In turn, it's an obvious choice for anyone who wants to pull out and shoot small camera for handheld video work. Bought as part of the creator combo, adding external audio to the mix is a piece of cake, and there's also a handy ultra-wide lens attachment that definitely drops quality but adds field of view. Despite some real highlights, shallower depth of field than expected and nippy focusing, not to mention great object tracking and color reproduction, noise handling isn't a highlight on the Pocket 2. That aside, the convenience, versatility, and stabilization offered by the DJI Pocket 2 can't be overstated. After all, nothing much can do all the things it can and still slips into a jacket pocket. You can even plug it into your smartphone and get big screen control and playback via the DJI app. Number 3. Fujifilm XS10. One of the best mirrorless all-rounders, especially at its price point, the Fujifilm XS10 makes for one of the best YouTube cameras because of its great video specs and versatility. You get a fantastic 26.1 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor paired with an X processor 4 which facilitates some of its top video functions like 4K 30p video recording. There is also the ability to use an external mic source, the option to output 4:2:2, 10-bit video, Full HD at up to 40p for a slow motion effect, and a great in-body image stabilization system. All of that comes in a package which is stylish and easy to use, and as a bonus, it also takes great stills when you're not using it for your YouTube escapades. It's also available at a great price considering the specs you get inside. Number 2. Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III. One of the biggest bugbears vloggers and videomakers have with Canon is the crop factor when shooting 4K on many of its cameras, but the G7X Mark III bucks the trend, thank goodness. This high-end compact packs a similar body and an identical lens to the G7X Mark II, but includes a new sensor and no 4K crop. It was also the first camera of its kind with a microphone input, vital if you want a clean audio, not to mention the ability to live stream straight to YouTube. This means that even if you've got an expensive cinema camera, if you also have a G7X Mark III, you can create a fuss-free live setup without any expensive capture cards and a PC. With its flip-out screen, the G7X III also gives vloggers a clear view of themselves when they shoot, and thanks to its 20.1 megapixel 1-inch stacked CMOS sensor and DJI 8 processor, it's also able to capture great stills, so your custom thumbnails can pop nicely. Number 1. Sony ZV1. The Sony ZV1 delivers pretty much everything the roaming YouTuber needs, all in a pleasingly compact package. Sony's class-leading real-time tracking and real-time IAF systems will keep you in focus as you move around the frame, while the bright lens and large 1-inch sensor size mean clear, crisp images in most conditions, as well as attractive background bokeh, both something of a rarity on pocket-sized cameras. You'll find thoughtful touches everywhere. The hot shoe can accommodate an external mic or LED light without blocking the side-flipping touchscreen. The video record button is much larger than on regular compacts, and a built-in anti-filter helps you to shoot smooth movement on brighter days. It even offers a feature aimed specifically at reviews-based YouTubers, Product Showcase, which quickly alters settings for optimal shooting of objects, while YouTube live streaming will be added via a software update in July 2020. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.